Gym Makers presents the Beyond Brilliant broadcast, where we empower ladies and leaders to shine in their brilliant zone. Join your hosts, Dr. Nicole Steele and Dr. D. Parker, as they share their secrets to help you gain clarity, build confidence, and unleash your courage. If you're ready to get connected, gain insight, spark your creativity, be inspired, and embrace your brilliance, grab a pen and a friend, and let's get started. Welcome to another episode of the Beyond Brilliant broadcast. Yes, honey. Yes, we are in season 2. Yes, we are. And honey, if you are new to our show, welcome in. This is where we empower ladies and leaders to gain the clarity, confidence, and courage to shine in their brilliant zone. Honey, speaking of shine, my name is Dr. DeYonne Parker, and I am that hand on your back that pushes you out of your comfort zone all the way in your courage zone. And I am shining all the way bright with my beautiful purpose partner, Dr. Nicole Steele. Introduce yourself, girl.
Yes, Happy New Year to our listeners and our viewers. I am Dr. Nicole Steele, the confidence coach, and I am that voice in your ear reminding you of who and whose you are. So Dr. D, here we are in 2022. Can you believe it? It is a brand new year, and what a blessing it is to be doing life with you yet again. God's got us on this journey here, this Beyond Brilliant journey, and boy, do we have some things in store for our viewers today.
Yes, we do. Now listen, y'all see us. Just take it all in. Yes, don't try to adjust your screen. Because what you're seeing is all this shine that you see.
All this brilliance.
All this brilliance, honey. You had to probably go get your shades. Yes, you couldn't help yourself. We couldn't help ourselves because this show is dedicated to 2022, the year of you. Yes, you, and you, all of you. We could not wait to do this show because we know there are a lot of yous, let me put all of our fingers back to us, that had some things that you did not accomplish in 2021, right? And maybe you have things that need to be carried over and completed in 2022.
If we are even honest with ourselves, there are some things that should remain in the previous year. There are some things, I think on the last couple of shows, we talked about some of the challenges, the struggles, the frustrations of 2021, though it was also filled with enormous blessings. I think it is important for all of us to just take a moment of silence, and we're going to mourn those things that are going to be left in 2021 while focusing our attention and gaining clarity on what things lie ahead.
Yes.
So yeah, I got a couple of moments of silence because there are some things that I vow not to bring into this new year. And I'm excited. I'm good with it. I really am. How about you?
Now, there are some things that got left behind there, but there were some things that I know that I need to accomplish, that I'm going to accomplish this year because of whatever may have happened, whatever situations came against whatever I was going, heading down the road to accomplish. And that might be your story. And so today we're going to lean all the way into one of our 3 C's, and that is clarity. Clarity, clarity, clarity. And sometimes clarity can be scary. And if you've been following us, you really know how we break down our 3 C's. Our 3 C's are clarity, confidence, and courage. When you get clear, that means you can see. Right? I mean, you can literally see the things that are in front of you and that you've got to now do something about it. So what have you left behind? But what do you need to accomplish more importantly that needs to be done in 2022? Now, Dr. Nicole, I read a book by the wonderful Shonda Rhimes. Oh my goodness. And it was called The Year of Yes. And I read it a couple of years ago, and I started listening to it again. And it just reminded me of the things that I needed to say yes to in my life, right? The things that I've been saying no. And my one of the things that I've coined here is I invest my yes and exercise my no. Now, in her book, she talks about those things that she used to say no to, that were things that she should be saying yes to. She talked about saying yes to playing with her kids more. She talked about saying yes to opportunities and invites and things that she should really be opening herself up to. So when I think about what we're talking about today, as we talk about heading into an accomplishment that you need to really think through and succeed in this year, what do you need to say yes to that you've been too afraid to say yes to? Your thoughts, Dr. Nicole?
I totally agree. But one of the things that I really think is imperative, I know going into a new year, a lot of people are big on vision boards. We're big on vision boards. I got a vision board right over there on the wall over here because it's important to keep the vision before us. However, I question, even for myself in different seasons, how many people invite God to the table when you are doing that vision board or you're writing those goals for your vision. And so your vision board can look beautiful, all color coordinated, like we joke, and it can be put on a beautiful digital board or a printed board. But if God is not in the center, if he is not the one, because we know that he has plans for us. We know that we stand on that word. That's my life scripture. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. So who better to invite to the table when we are charting our vision for a brand new year? I think a lot of times we can get caught up in the trends. We can get caught up in what other people are doing. And we talk about that envy that can creep up when you see someone, especially with social media, doing great things. And then you sit and you ponder and wonder, well, what about me? And we can get off track when we lose track of what he says, what his plan is for our lives. And so I just want to invite people that as you are hopefully exploring and writing and going into this new year with great anticipation, that you make sure that you invite God to the party so you can make sure you are not wasting time, energy, and space.
Vision comes from him. He's the one who placed the desires of it in your heart.
That's right.
And so when you think about trying to go after a vision without including him in, it could look so tragic.
Yes, it can. It's not a good look.
And I've done that before. I mean,
I have too.
Transparency. I have been running after it wasn't even my vision. Trying to run after somebody else's vision, attach my whole wagon to it, and it just looked a hot mess. And I know God was looking like, what's she doing?
Come on back here. Come on back here.
I sit in the corner. See, he talked to me this way. Sit in the corner and face the wall because you can't see what I'm doing stuff over here. You obviously can't handle it. Let's sit down.
It is not a good feeling, but it's so true. I've been there a time of 4 or 5 myself. And so it is really important to consult him on the front end and invite him. And I tell you, it's so much sweeter. It really is, because he's the one that gives us not only the vision, but the strength to accomplish the vision that he gives us. He's the one that allows us the grace and that anointing that comes on us to do whatever it is. So I know for some, the vision may be to be an excellent mother or a spouse in this season. It's not always about business. Raising children is one of the most beautiful and biggest responsibilities that we have here on earth. But you think about it, some people may have vision for business or to expand their knowledge and education. Maybe they're pursuing a degree in this season. Whatever it is, he is the one that graces us to finish strong at the end of the year. And so I'm excited. I am truly excited about what this year, 2022, it truly is the year of you and the year of me and the year of all of these wonderful people who are on this journey along with us.
So we are now going to talk a little bit more about you. Yeah, again, the year of you. So some of us lost sight of us, right? How did you lose sight of you? And what we mean by that is this, is that not just, over the last year or so, but it might have just been, I mean, you might have been stuck in here for a while, where the busyness of life, I mean, families and your personal and professional life, all of the things started to just pile up and you couldn't catch up. And you all of a sudden lost sight of you and what God said that He called you to do in other parts of your life. You're multifaceted. And so, how did you lose sight of you? My God, I remember just when I was young and having children, I was trying to figure out what my life looked at that time to manage a home and family and all those things. And I remember feeling like this was it. This was it. So the dreams that I had were just shelved for a while. And so I thought, oh my God, this is me. Until God reminded me of me. Those were all the things He called me to, but there was more. So I want us to think about where we lost sight of ourselves and how do we regain that. You totally matter in the life that God has set forward for you, right? You're the starring role, and there are all these different pieces to who you are. But it is now time to take a deep breath and rediscover and reimagine and reconnect yourself to the one who really can tell you who you are and to help you find yourself in this season. Dr. Nicole, have you ever lost yourself in a season?
Oh my gosh.
Yourself?
Woo, boy, have I ever. Yes. You talk about busyness, and I think for a lot of people, I know at least for me, I've got a big heart, I've got big vision, and I have the tendency to be one who encourages others. I like to push people to greatness. I like to see it and really see them walk in their true purpose and destiny. And so when I think about the busyness and losing myself, sometimes I have lost myself for good causes. And I'm not talking parenthood, because I know that feeling of being, in family is first. We know that God is first, family is second, everything else really flows beyond that. But outside of my immediate family, I have found myself in different seasons pushing people to their destiny, which is important, but at the sake of mine. That's not a good thing either. That's not a good thing either. So
No.
as you challenge people to take that pause and to really think of how they may have lost sight of them in a season or two, and ensure that if you have a list, that your name is included on that list, if not at the top of the list, so
Yes.
that you don't find yourself frustrated. Because I really want to ask the question of what happens when you lose sight of you. We know some real things can happen. We can get overwhelmed. We can get
Mhm.
depressed. I talked about that envy rolling up because you find yourself now looking at other people accomplishing their dreams and their goals. And now you're sitting there thinking of with your pouty face, thinking, what about me? What about me? Like Joyce Meyer said. When I
Yes.
think about it, we can find ourselves so far off course that trying to get back center can become overwhelming to some degree. And so it's important to really take hold and answer that question. And if you have found that you have lost sight of you, it's time to get those glasses on, get that clarity going, and get refocused. Get them
Listen.
glasses, girl. Get them glasses.
Listen, honey, I lost sight of her, found her, lost sight of her again, found her. Listen,
Yeah,
these are all the way on. We're going to the
girl, what you
eye
talking
doctor
about?
tomorrow to go get a new prescription so I can see her in 5G, 5K, all the things, because you are so right. It's so, sometimes you do lose yourself in other people's visions, right? Because
Yeah.
you have such a big heart and you want to help other people. And sometimes you do that as a way of procrastinating in your own vision. Sometimes because we can't see it for ourselves and we don't know how to get started, but I sure know how to help somebody else. I just don't know how to do it for me. And so those of you who might be sitting in that seat, I just want to give you space to just sit there for a second. But honey, it's time to get up. You have held somebody's purse for a long time. And now it's time to turn these glasses back onto yourself to see how can you ask for the help that you need. But it's your turn, right?
You know, the world will tell us that centering our, focusing our attention and making ourselves the center of our world is selfish. But I beg to differ. You know, we talk and we've shared on shows in the past, you know, I'm getting ready to take a flight in a few weeks. And I don't think the rules have changed on the airlines. They say, you know, put your breathing device on you first, and then you help those others. The same is true. If I, as a mother, can find my vision and my passion and my purpose, it's much more likely for my kids to find theirs because I am leading by example. As a leader in a business, as the leader of an organization, leadership and vision starts at the top. And it is something that is transferred to all of those. So those that are leading teams, that are leading corporations and businesses, that are leading households, it is important for you to get very, very clear on who you are, on the value that you bring to this earth, and then what does God have planned for you in this season?
Amen, sis. And so what we're going to talk about now is really about investing in you. What does that look like? And when we mean investing in you, it means really about what are those things that you need to do for yourself? And Dr. Nicole said it perfect. It's not about being selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Taking care of yourself and investing in yourself for those things that you need to do to carry out the vision for your life, family, personal, professional, whatever, is not a selfish act. So let's dive all the way into this conversation.
Let's go. Let's go. So one of the things that I think is important when it comes to investing in you, and that is a care regimen. You and I have been really big on holding one another accountable, as well as some of the sisters in our circle. So whether that is a health regimen, I'm so proud of you, Dr. D. You've been in that gym, you invested in a personal trainer, got the butt looking good, got all the abs looking good in the muscles. And I think that is amazing. So a care regimen, it could be that. It might be a mental health care regimen. And so we've talked on previous shows about the importance of counseling. Even coaches need coaches and counselors need counselors. So there is no shame in finding groups for talk therapy or finding a professional counselor. Because guess what? If you don't work yourself out, you're going to work it out on someone else. And that is not cute. Okay? So I love starting the year with an action plan in terms of how am I going to care for myself? What is going to be my day of solace? What is going to be my regimen to keep my body up? You know, because vision without health, what is that?
You're right. You can't carry out anything if you're not healthy. Mind, body, soul. It all has to be in alignment and in a healthy place. But Dr. Nicole, you said a whole lot when we talk about the investment side, you know, all of the different resources. And there's sometimes there's shame in that for some reason of taking care of ourselves in that way. And it's also a neglect. We neglect ourselves. And God didn't intend for his masterpieces to be neglected. That is not how we're supposed to care for that, right? And to care for our temples. The other thing, when I think about investments, we talk about it all the time. We'll go and we'll buy all sorts of things. We'll invest in somebody else's brand. We'll invest all those things. But if you're building a brand, you need to be able to invest in multiple ways, right? Multiple ways. When we talk about resources, not just books, but things that you might need to take, courses, classes, whatever it is to build your brand.
Coaching and consulting. You don't have to try and figure it out on your own. There are experts in this world who have already paved the pathway. Because I used to be that person. I'll just figure it out. That's not cute. You waste time, and in the end, you waste money. It is important for each of us to get into position and do that thing that God has called us to do, because time is of the essence. So it may require you to invest in courses, in professional services to help bring you up to speed quicker. If you can get further faster, why not?
Exactly. And investing in a community. Let's move there. When we talk about in a community, we believe in the power of community. There is nothing I can say. I mean, foremost, we know we give honor to God, but He did not mean for us to do life alone. And so we are connected to some amazing people that have allowed us to do the things that we're doing right now. I can't even imagine if we didn't have the power of community. And so when we think about the power of community, who are you allowing in your space to help you become more accountable to the things that you said that you're going to do? So that might mean you joining the Beyond Brilliant community, our Beyond Brilliant network. Head on over to beyondbrilliantnetwork.com and check out that community. But it is such an incredible thing to have in place. We were never meant to do life alone. And in fact, there's research that talks about more people accomplish their goals when they are connected to community, when they're held accountable, when they've told somebody about the goals that they're trying to achieve. Because when you don't, it's only you, and you, right? you, and Jesus. But you need somebody to be able to ask you some questions about what are those goals that you're accomplishing. And so power of community is so incredibly important. Thoughts, Dr. Nicole?
I am all for it. Listen, we live it, we breathe it, we've created community, and we are so blessed, like you said, to have such incredible women doing life with us. Whether it is something like a physical, we talked about it, a care regimen. Today I worked out. Here at the house, I did a 14-minute little dance routine. But I have one of our founding members, Sharon, is one of my accountability partners. So I do check-ins and I say, hey girl, I did 15 minutes, or hey girl, I went and walked for 30 minutes, or what have you. Because having to give an account motivates me. I don't want to go a week without checking in with my girl. And hopefully when I hear from her and she says, hey, I did this many workouts this week, it motivates me. So it's a give and take, but it's so important. And so I would like to invite, as you said, any of the viewers who are watching us today who have not checked out our Beyond Brilliant network. It is an incredible community that we launched at the end of 2021. We are building a global network of accountability, of encouragement, of support with like-minded women. So we invite you. We've got specials going on for this new year. And Dr. D, I know we've got some other exciting things for our community and women at large. So can we hit up on those really quick before we do our toast?
At the beginning of the year, every year, we are so excited because we have a couple of signature workshop experiences. And yes, experiences, because that means that you're going to experience something different than just sitting in a class, right? We don't want that for you. At the beginning of every year, we help you focus on your goals and your vision. And so we want to invite you to head on over to Gym Makers, www.gymmakers.org. And you're going to register for our Just a Girl with Goals workshop experience. And also, is your vision blurry? Now, Just a Girl with Goals means that we're going to focus on, yes, just that, your goals. And we don't do it fluffy, honey. That's not what we do. It is truly an experience. The other thing is your vision blurry? Some of you might have been walking through 2021, 2020 with cloudy vision, and now you're ready to get clear. And so we're going to help you, honey, wipe those lenses clean, because sometimes you just need somebody to help you do that, to be able to recast, reimagine your vision. And that's what we want to be able to do. So head on over there, join one of our experiences. We cannot wait to see you and to connect you with our community.
One other thing I want to add, while those courses and those signature experiences are open to everyone, we do have something special for the members of our Beyond Brilliant network. And so as a member, there are additional perks. We've got groups that we can work with and actually hold you accountable well beyond that one time, one and done experience. And so
yes.
either way, check it out and listen. Bring a friend, invite a friend, share it, share it. I know that is just, those are just a couple of the things that we have in store for the new year. We've got some live events. We've got some spiritual, biblical brilliance that's going to be coming through, because we need to be working on our spirit in this new year. We need to make sure that we are nurturing our souls in the new year. So we've got a lot of great things, and we're going to be sharing this platform with other brilliant minds. And so you don't want to miss it. You definitely want to get connected in this new year.
Yes.
So, Dr. D, I know that we like to close out our segment, and today we got two things going on. We want to close it out with our regular segment, which is our brilliant blessing. And I have two scriptures that I want to share today. The first one is Proverbs 29:18, which says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." If there's anything that we can encourage you to do, it's to pause, even right after this show, and to think about it, to reimagine what this year looks like, and again, to invite God to the party, invite the Lord to the table, and have a conversation with him and say, Lord, what would you have for me this year? But there's also another scripture, and this one we love, and we know the power of writing a vision down, and that's Habakkuk 2:2, which says, "Write the vision and make it plain, so he who hears it can run with it." We know the power. We talked a couple of shows ago about the joy of finding journals from the past, and to see the mighty hand of God through those pages of how he made dreams possible, how he brought us through unimaginable seasons in our lives. And so for you, it's not just enough to gain the vision, to get clarity on that vision, but go an extra step and write the vision down. It gives life. Write it down in a journal, on your computer, on a vision board. Write it down and keep it before you. And so, Dr. D, I know we wanted to close out. I know we got a little toast that we want to do.
Yes, yes, you did. Yes. Oh, just, our people just gave us our drinks there. Yes. So we would love to toast to you, because this is 2022. And we thank you for rocking with us, being a part of our crew, those of our family and friends, those of you who just tuned in and found us this year. We are so grateful for you. And we cannot wait to see what your vision, what God does with it, and how he's going to lay all this out for you. And as we always end our shows, we love to tell you and encourage you to be bold,
be brave, and be brilliant. Happy New Year.
Bye. For more information, show ideas, or to be a guest on our show, please visit www.beyondbrilliantbroadcast.com.